Once upon the night dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many quaint and curious volume forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." How distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books a case of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden who the angels name know, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of its purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now to the beating of my heart I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so frankly you came tapping at my chamber door, that scarce was I sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long stood I there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming, no mortals ever dreamed before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word was spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore!" Merely this, and nothing more. Back into my chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window, let me see then what threat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here, I flung the shutter, when with many a float and flutter, in stepped a stately raven of the stately days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat. Nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling said fancy smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art scorn no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little reverence it bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, still scarcely more than muttered, only, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will save me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless I said, "What it utters is only stock and store. caught from some unhappy master, whom a merciful disaster followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. What the raven sat beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled, cushioned seat in front of the bird, bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes yet burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that then lay loaded, but whose velvet violet lining with the temples gloating o'er. She shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, that God hath lent thee, by his angels he hath sent thee, respite and defend from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, this kind Penthe, and forgot this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, think of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate, yet all undaunted, on this desert island, on this desert land, enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell the soul with sorrow laden, if within distant Aden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word as silent parting, bird of fiend, I shrieked, I'm sorry to get thee back to the tempest of the Nesprutonian shore. Leave no black cube as a token of that lie ye soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beat from out my heart, and take thy form out from my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never fitting, still sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadows on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.